So to start off this card, we need a piece of card which is fairly thick. We don't want anything too flimsy because it won't stand up. You'll want it 11 by 8 and you need to score it at 5.5, which is the middle. We'll do that, and that will make our main card. That's the outside. Put that to one side. Then we need an inner. For that we need, you can make it contrasting colour, 10.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and you need to score that at 2 5/8. I have to think then. 2 5/8, 5 1/4, and 7 7/8. That's making it into 4 equal parts. Get rid of the scoreboard. We need to do some cutting on that now. We need to measure from the first scored line 1/2 inch up and just put a pencil mark. Miss the middle one and that last scored line 1/2 inch. Do the same on the top, 1/2 inch on the first scored, miss the middle one, 1/2 inch on the second. If you want to, you can draw a pencil line, a faint one, help you to cut, and on the bottom a pencil line. We're going to cut that now with a craft knife. I'm using my magnetic board and ruler, which stays put nicely and slip about. It's really good, as I've said before. Right, on that pencil line we need to cut that. That's going to make part of our pop-up. It's going to sit in, the middle's going to sit in the fold of the main card. Let's just cut the other one as well. Give it a couple of passes, then you know you've done it. Okay, so now on that first panel, which is going to be the one that's got the window in, you need to measure up 1 1/4 inches, and again a pencil mark. That's on the first scored line. Then on the left hand side of your card, 1 1/4 inches on the side. Top and bottom exactly the same on that first scored line and on that left hand side of your card there. Again, you can make a very faint pencil line just so that you can see where you need to cut. There. Then on the line you've just made, from the edge of your card, on that left hand edge, go in 3/4 inch and make a pencil mark, and 3/4 inch on the bottom line you made, and then join those two up with a faint pencil mark. Now we're going to cut that window out, so I'm going to turn that round. You can rub those two out now, that first little piece of your line, so that you've just got that rectangle in there. So that's what you're going to be left, whether you rub your lines out. I'm hoping you can see, you just have that piece there. And we're going to cut that out because that's going to be our window. So get that on there nicely. And you're going to cut down on that scored line between your pencil lines and the first scored line as well. This is going to make that nice rectangular window, as I said. And this is where the sort of pull-out piece is going to protrude out through that front window as you open it. I'll turn it around so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And that one. As I said, you do need quite thick card for this, because if you do it with really flimsy, where you're cutting it and you're leaving these small borders, there won't be enough weight in it. It will just be too soft. There's a little bit there that I've not quite got. Try and make it as neat as you can, because otherwise it's not going to match up with the front. So what you're going to do then, that middle piece, that's going to fold up. So we're going to fold that one up. It's going to give you that. Make sure that you reinforce that crease. Then that leaves those two pieces downwards there, the thin pieces. Then these two edge pieces, they're going to be valley folds. So make those a valley. So that's a valley. Your two thin edge pieces are valley folds. That middle one is a mountain fold, and then this last one on the edge of the rectangle that you made, a rectangular window, is also a valley fold, sorry. Whoop. So that's going to be like that. So I'll stand that up so you can see what it's like there. Okay, so let's get the main card back. What's going to happen is we're going to centre that in the main card, and then that's going to look that way, and it's going to fold up like that. So what I want you to do now is we're going to stick that second half, so the right hand side from that main fold in the middle of your card, we're going to stick that down. So fold the insert in half so that you've got it like that. And what I'm going to do, I think, is use my ATG gun, and I'm going to ATG that. So you'll want to do it across there. I'm going to give it a couple of goes, and then down the side. Come as close to the edge as you can so that it won't lift up. Put some plenty on so that I can be assured it's going to stick well. Bring the main card back, turn over that edge, and you're going to centre that because you've got your little gap each side. Take it almost to the crease and then pop it down. So now it's down, you'll see that that's centred in that second half of the card, like that. Just reinforce that crease in there now. Then it's going to come out this way, but why I haven't stuck this second side down yet is because I want to have this as a guide to cut my front window. So I'm going to flatten it right down, and then I'm going to just make a guideline with a pencil in my window. Take that back up now, out of the way for a while. And what we can do then, use my ruler just to make a straight edge across those pencil lines I made now. Try and be very accurate with this. Give it quite a few passes so that I know that it's okay. Again now, the light's getting bad in my room, so take that a few times. By doing it with a ruler, then you know you've got a straight line. Do those two ends as well. This will make our window. So let's have a look how it works now. So you've got your back piece sat down, you've got your window cut out of the front main piece, and your window cut out of the inside. So your inner looks like this. It should match virtually the outside hole. And when it's shut, that edge will sit inside the card like this, and it will be in line with that left hand edge of your hole on the front. Now here's an example of how it works. You put your cutouts on the edge of that inner, and then when you open it, it sort of swivels on itself, and the pop-up happens sort of as you open it, which is really nice. It's quite simple to make. So at this point, this is the time when you want to decorate your card, so that you can pull this insert backwards and pop that down without any bumps or lumps underneath it. If you're going to put papers on, of course it doesn't matter, but if you're going to do some stamping on the front or the inside, then now's the time to do it before we stick that front piece together. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine and show you what I've done, and then we can go on sticking the insert in. So I've gone ahead and decorated the card now. I've put some papers on the front and done some stamping. I've used a visible image stamp set for this, and as you can see, we've still got the front of that insert loose. So now that that's all decorated and stamped, I can attach this piece to the front of the card. So again, I use the ATG and we'll and pop that on there. So a nice bit of adhesive on there. Okay. Managed to get some sticky on the edge there, which I didn't want really. Okay, the best thing to do is just to shut that up like that and then close the card on top of it, and that will just put it in the right place. So all we need to do now is just place that on. I've glued half of the back of the figure, got a bit of glue there which I didn't want, and I'm using the Scotch Quick Dry. Just make sure that that's sticking down there nicely. I've gone a bit mad with the glue there. I've got more glue than I wanted. And just a tiny bit on his foot there, just to get that on there. And then when you open it, it will actually sit out proud. So this is how the card looks when it's finished. You've got the window at the front with the image on the side, which swivels when it opens, and then you've got your pop-up element in the middle there. And it's a really nice looking card. It's not hard to make, so hope you have a go, and I'll hope to see you soon for another tutorial. See you then, bye.